Budgeting for my shop has sort of felt like passing levels in a video game. Each step brings you closer to winning, and in my case, what's waiting at the end is a sweet shop. If you saw the title and thought 20,000 is clickbait, here's a secret. It is. But not for the reason you think. Our first level is finding a place to put the shop. Some of you may luck out and already have a flat spot, but I'm not that lucky. For my hillside, I need 60 yards of dirt and 6 yards of gravel to lay out and compact. And before I forget, this kind of build is maximum DIY sweat equity. I'm doing everything I can by myself, and if it's more than a one-man job, I'm getting my friends to help me along the way. After we lay out the dirt and gravel, the next step is the concrete slab, and there's no way of getting around it. Concrete is just expensive. I am, however, going to form everything up from wood from a local sawmill, and that comes out to $100. Since I won't have any cars inside my shop, we're pouring a 4-inch slab, and a quote from a local concrete company on just the concrete came out to $2,800. Now again, that's all of my friends helping me screed it, and we're finishing it ourselves. So in total, the site prep should come out to $4,300, and at this point, we are ready for the building itself. This step is where you're getting the biggest savings. There are so many auction sites that sell prefab metal buildings for crazy cheap. I'm looking at these 45 by 25 ones, and every last auction they've gone in between $2,100 and $2,500. Let's call it $2,500 to be safe, and with the building, we can move on to the electrical. The shop's going to be used for my studio and a wood shop, so we're going to need plenty of power to go to both. We'll need a trench about 35 feet from where the power is to the shop. After that, we're going to run conduit and wire to the sub panel and call the city electrician to make sure we're not going to blow ourselves up. Once the city gives us the go-ahead, we can close up the sub panel and add any additional outlets and lights that we might need. In total, this process should cost $1,145. Now for the most important part of the build, the studio. To be honest, most of you won't need to build a room out like the way I'm doing. My studio is designed for mixing film. It's meant to not let any sound out or in. To do that, we need a double wall construction with a mass spring mass setup of minimum STC rating of 63, and by adding isometric wall system. All that to say, with framing, sound isolation clips, insulation, OSB, spray foam, flooring, drywall, and any other interior stuff that I might need, the total comes out to $7,434. Again, if you're not running a post-production studio for film, this step is mostly unnecessary for you, so you can save a lot of money by skipping half of this stuff. The last step of the process is HVAC. Looking on Amazon, you can get a pre-charged 2-unit mini split for about $1,600. We'll also need an ERV and excess ducting, and this just makes sure we have clean air coming in and stinky air going out. So all the budgets combined, plus a 12% I don't know what I'm doing buffer, comes out to $19,829. Now here's the clickbait part. That $20,000 can be way less if you don't need a mixed studio like me. If you're just a hobby woodworker and you want a spot to make some projects or to put your excess tools, then you can easily take off around $10,000 for all the excess sound stuff that I put in there. So now that I've laid the whole budget out, we're gonna see if it works. I may be right and I may be wrong, but the next episodes are gonna be me going through that process, and the auction for the building is coming up. So fingers crossed that we get the building for under $2,500 bucks. And thanks for watching, and keep following along for the next videos.